three guys, what are the team goals this year? Is it to win the Tri-Valley League, or is it just to come out and to perform well at each game and take each game at a time? Go ahead, Jason.
First, we're going to just work hard at practice, then start off with that Saturday scrimmage and take it game by game.
And then eventually up to the Super Bowl.
You want to get to the Super Bowl, right?
Long-term goals.
Long-term goals. What do you think?
What has to be done. It's taken me 16 years to get here, but it was well worth the wait, because you guys are the guys I'm going to be coaching today. Let's touch the H and go get it.
Let's go, boys! Welcome to Hopkinton High School football field at the Chick Welch Memorial Field. We're here for Division 6 Super Bowl. Hopkinton meeting West Bridgewater. Dive bombers all around.
Wow.
Hopkinton enters the contest with a record of 8-2. West Bridgewater enters the contest with a record 5-5. I'm Scott Flannery and my co-announcer Ed Flannery here today to bring you the action. Ed, what do you think for today's game?
Well, West Bridgewater comes in with a 5-5 record, but you know that's hard to say what the game is really going to be like. You know, the electricity between last night's dinner, yesterday afternoon's rally. It's already set up in there. How the hell are you going to use it over there?
Oh, I'll tell them.
To number 9, Matt Van Bronx.
Here we've got number 9 back for
To number
West
32,
Bridgewater
Will
to
Donahue.
receive. Matt Van Proos and number 32, Will Donahue. Kicking off for the Hillers, number 49, Scott Glassman. And the kick is off, and it's going to be fielded by 32, Donahue. Coming over the left side from going the screen. Is going to be taken down inside the 20-yard line. Okay, today we're going to look for a big defensive effort from number 49, Glassman, number 3, Melendez, and probably number 54 on the defensive line, Mike Berry, and also number 71, Keith Lee.
You're right. David Melendez is playing unbelievable defense the last month.
Yeah, his last 4 games that he was in, he played some key roles and everything, so I look to see a big game out of him. Okay, we've got number 17 for West Bridgewater. Give us the number 9 over to the bottom of the screen.
Sounds like we're getting screamed in our ears, so we can hardly hear each other talk. You got a field mic set up, Scott? Is there a field mic set up or something? No, I did that. Well, how come they're so loud? I know, I don't want one. I don't want one. You're blowing us out now.
O'Neill with the carry.
Okay, that'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Tackled by Mike Berry. Makes it 2nd and 9 for the Wildcats.
No, it's up to 3rd and 9. Looks like Hiller defense come out to play today. They go into a shift formation. Looks like a pass formation.
Just to the tailback fake. Yeah. Picks up close to the first down.
Looks like he might have the first.
Panos' pass is complete to Sean O'Neill.
Depends on where they mark it.
Makes it 4th and a yard for the Wildcats.
Well, they're going to bring out the stakes to measure, and we'll have to wait and see what it is because it's all the way over on the other side of the field. It looked like they had it from this side, but then when you get over there, they're short by about a foot. A good foot.
4th and a yard.
With 4th and a yard in their own 30, let's say 32-yard line, I don't think that they'd be going for it.
Well, we'll find out soon enough.
At this time, we'd like to make an announcement that any junior varsity football parent that would like to help out in the doghouse would be much appreciated if you could go to the doghouse and help out. Any junior
Okay, so
varsity
West
parent,
Bridgewater looks like they're going to come out and punt.
Yep.
Punting for.
But it's taken a long time for them to set up.
It.
Taking a long time to set up. He's going to try and draw him off with a long count. Quick kick. Blocked.
By number 49, Glassman, and recovered on 16-yard line.
I think that was blocked by Keith Lee, and 49 recovered it. 71 Keith Lee. Got way up in the air.
What a play.
Way up. That's a first mistake in the
number 71, Keith Lee.
Well, you can't beat Coach Hughes at his own game. Coach Hughes is notorious for drawing people off sides on short and fourth.
Yeah, you're
to
right.
try to pick it up.
You're
So we're
right.
going to have the Hillers 1st and 10 on their own 17-yard line. On the check that on West Bridgewater Wildcats 17-yard line. Pepe calling the signals to give us to Flannery on
an
the
inside
inside.
trap.
Picks up about 4 yards on the carry.
Jason Flannery with the carry.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we had a little bit of technical difficulties in the beginning, and we've pretty much got everything ironed out. West Bridgewater started on their own, looked like with the 20-yard line, and
Gain of 5, makes
picked
it
up a couple of
2nd and
yards
9
and came
for
up
the
short. Now the Hillers blocked the punt, and they're pressuring for the first score. We're in the first quarter with 8 minutes and 38 seconds to go. Pepe tosses it to Flannery around the left side, picking and weaving his way through down towards the end zone, where he's going to be out of bounds just shy of the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he got out about the 4-yard line. He was weaseling his way through the tacklers on that play over to the left. It's going to take me a couple of minutes here to get into the flow because their first Super Bowl and everything else, everybody's so excited.
Yep, we've got a pretty good crowd here. Going to match, looks like the Thanksgiving Day game, Hopkinton Ashland. And in the beginning, at the end of that game, we said see you next year. And next year's here. Flannery in to the 1-yard line where he's tripped up. Hopkinton coming off of a great victory against Ashland.
An outstanding victory.
Yeah, to say the least. And then they got some help with Holliston Westwood. Holliston beating Westwood and basically earned themselves a shot at the Division VI Super Bowl. So we've got 2nd and goal from the half-yard line, and they give us to Flannery, and he's in for the score.
Touchdown. They ran that same play 2 plays in a row.
Okay, with Hopkinton on the board first with 7 minutes and 53 seconds into the first period, leading the contest 6-0.
But to see if Mike Beatty comes out. Mike Beatty had a sore leg, and
Hopkinton touchdown by Jason Flannery.
he hadn't been practicing this week. He tested it this morning. Looks like he's ready to go.
Okay, we've got Beatty,
Mike
24,
Beatty to do the kicking for the Hillers.
lined up for the kick. Flannery on the hold. High snap. It's a fake, and they give us to Matt
Mark
Catherine
Catherine,
around the
he's
right
got some
side.
room.
Sneaks in for the score for the 2-point conversion. So Hopkinton comes out gunning. Gotta love it. They're up 8-0. First quarter action at the high school football field, Division 6 Super Bowl.
West Bridgewater, nothing.
Mark come around the corner there, get in the end zone.
And it was gas on from there on in.
Took out the cameraman. You want one of ours that looks like...
Channel 5 or Channel 4 maybe got wiped out.
Well, those guys do hazardous duty all the time, so they must be used to it by now.
Okay, like I said in the beginning, West Bridgewater enters the contest with a 5-5 record. They are the league champion in the Division 6 Small Mayflower League. Hopkinton is the second place finish with an 8-2 record, along with Westwood and Holliston. No, I'm sorry, check that, Ashland. And Bellingham today is playing Marion. Okay, Glassman kicks off for Hopkinton. It's going to be fielded, maybe down. Number 9.
What a mistake that was.
Trying to pick his way out of the end zone. He's going to be tackled on the 1-yard line.
What a mistake that was. When the ball went by him, he should have just let it go into the end zone.
Matt Van Pros on the
By Brian Libby.
receiving for West Bridgewater.
Host the Hillers.
So West Bridgewater, the veteran in the bowl game here, comes out making mistakes.
Terrible mistakes.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats on the 2-yard.
You know, you come out into these big games, you got to stick with your basic game plan at the beginning of the game, especially when you're down in your own end zone.
We'd like to remind you fans that Super Bowl programs are on sale now, so get your souvenir.
Okay, in the backfield, a full house backfield, straight T, 34 and number 81, joined by the quarterback panels, number 17. Long count, give us the 34 over the right side, who's going to be met
At the goal line.
at the goal line
That's close.
by Glassman, Holgram, 73 Maza, and also at the bottom of the pile, number 5 Libby.
Scott Glassman come along and met him right at the line of scrimmage. I'll tell you, if it wasn't for the fact that he hit him just a little high, he would have tackled him behind the line.
2nd and 10 for the Wildcats.
They bring up 2nd and 10 with first quarter action, 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. West Bridgewater with their back at their own goal line. The ball resting just over the goal line. Give us to number 34, O'Neill, and he picks up a hard yard on the carry.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do down there. You just got to bang the middle and hope you get enough yards for a first down.
Makes it 2nd.
But they're not getting anything.
For the Wildcats.
Looks like their Hillers didn't come out flat the past few games. Even though they really turned it on, they've come out a little flat at the beginning of the game, you know. And it's taken them like 3 or 4 minutes to get into the flow.
Yeah, it always looks like they're a second half team sometimes, but they're definitely pumped up for this game. Okay, they give us to O'Neill, and he's met at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
By Scott Glassman. This time he come in low, got him right down there on the legs.
So it'll bring up 4th.
Scott looks coming up limping. See if he can walk it off.
Bring up 4th and 9, and I don't think they're going to try to draw us offsides this time because there's no need to.
No.
And they're going to have to punt with their punter, number 89, with his back at his own end zone.
He better not take a step back. He steps on that white line when he goes to punt. That's a safety.
Okay, gets the kickoff. It's a good kick from the end of the end zone. He gets it out to the 40-yard line where it's fielded by Flannery. He gets around the left side. He's got some room, and he's going to be dragged out of bounds at about the 16-yard line.
Boy, this ref here, he missed a push in the back. I mean, I don't like to call penalties on our own team, but that was a flagrant push in the back.
So Hopkinton enters again with good field position. Still first quarter action, leading the contest 8-0. The ball resting at the West Bridgewater 9-yard line.
Yeah, Jason had almost 30 yards in that run back.
Okay, wide right to the bottom of the screen is number 7 for the Hillers, Jeremy Hurd. in the slot, Mosier, number 8. Pepe fakes to Flannery. Pass is deflected and picked off by number 32, West Bridgewater, at his own goal line.
He kind of floated that ball.
Glassman looks like he's hurt down there on the goal line.
I thought he was throwing it to Scott, and I said, oh no, he threw it too high. And he kind of floated that ball into the end zone.
Interception for West Bridgewater.
So it's a big interception for West Bridgewater Wildcats.
That's right. That's a big, very big defensive play.
From the 1-yard line.
Well, if you read, you're reading the papers all week long. They're saying that this is a total mismatch. That West Bridgewater did not belong here. It's a Super Bowl game. Both teams earned it, and I think you're going to see a well fought out game on both sides. No one's going to just come in here and take the Super Bowl and walk away with it.
That's right, because you're not playing a team that you know nothing about. You're playing a team that you know nothing about. You don't know anything about their opponents or anything. So you can't take it for granted. Even they come in with a 5-5 record, you don't know the caliber of the ball clubs that they play.
Okay, the carry on the play was the captain, Sean O'Neill, for the Wildcats. They're coached by head coach Bill Panos, assistants Gil Baker, and assistants Pete Everett. And they're going to line up with 2nd and 8. Give this to the fullback. He's just getting himself some field position, getting a little bit of room, trying to pick up the first down.
Yeah, that was a real quick handoff to the fullback. Right up on that 2-hole.
George DePina with the carry.
Hopkinton entering their first Super Bowl.
Making it 3rd and 5 for the Cats.
Okay, let's see if we can bring that one back up.
Yeah, replay of the interception. Replay coming up.
We're going to look at that replay of the interception.
There it is.
The first
See, he looks. I thought he was. Oh, it was deflected. That's why. I didn't see the deflection.
Okay, back to live action. We've got 17 panels calling the signals for West Bridgewater. Drops back and passes. It's complete to number 32,
Billy Mosier.
Will Donahue.
Billy Mosier was caught flat-footed on that one. If he had his feet underneath him, that would have been a pickoff and a touchdown.
First down for
Well,
West Bridgewater.
Bill's first step was back
Right.
instead of, well, it's instinct.
But to go back onto that interception, I never noticed that it hit somebody in the helmet.
Yeah, oh, it's definitely deflected.
And he had Scott Glassman wide open. That was what Brian was trying to throw to.
Okay, we've got the Wildcats with the 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield is O'Neill. Give this to him, and he's met hard at the line of scrimmage.
Chris Mars has been in a few tackles so far today. Looks like he's come to play. Big game.
Perry totaled that kid at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Michael got the unsung hero at Turkey Day. The new Ed Hayes Award, and he's been really playing good ball the past few weeks. Actually, all season.
Okay, in the straight tee, we got some motion. Back to an eye left.
Runs away from the power. He's going to throw a pass.
Okay, Mosier and Kaffline, number 1 and number 8 on the defense for Hopkinton.
Well, even though Mark didn't pick that up, he was still in good position. He was between the defender and the ball.
Intended for Donahue.
The intended receiver was Donahue.
Makes it 3rd and 9 for the
So we've
Wildcats.
already got the key players for West Bridgewater. Quarterback Panos, tailback O'Neill 34, number 32 is their go-to receiver.
That's right.
So we're catching up to speed with a team that we've never even seen before.
Takes a while.
Study the.
They like to keep their backs real tight.
A lot of motion, double split.
Just in an I formation,
3rd and
drops,
9.
fakes, it's a fade pass.
It's just a fly, and it's picked off by Kaffline at the 40-yard line. He's going to try to return it, and he's brought down by the intended receiver at 32.
That was a terrible pass.
Donahue.
He threw it too much to the inside. If he'd have just let him down the sidelines, they might have had a chance of completing that.
So Hopkinton will take over at the 49-yard line of the Wildcats.
Okay.
1st and 10 for the Hillers on the West Bridgewater.
There we go. Well, here's the replay of the interception. You can tell. He throws up a wobbly pass, and it's more to the inside than it should have been down the. It should have been down the sideline. It's a great pickup by Mark.
Okay, we're back to live action. The handoff in the fake.
There's a handoff to Kaplan. He's got some room.
Side. He cuts it back in and picks up a 9 yards on the carry.
I think he should have kicked it out and used that sideline.
So they'll bring up second and a good 2 to 3 yards on the carry. Hopkinton, coached by
Makes it second and
head coach
4
Dave
for
Hughes.
the Hillers.
Assistants Phil Shalowski, Steve Pillarella, Steve Simoes, and Paul Flannery enter their first Super Bowl. We're still live with first quarter action, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pepe gives to Flannery on the left side. He picks and weaves and is taken down after about 2 yards on the carry. It's going to bring up third.
Looks like about a third and a foot.
Makes it 3rd and 1 for the Hillers.
So what do you think, Gabe, with your first Super Bowl?
I don't know. I'm
Well
not saying.
intimidated,
I'm not saying too much. I'm just kind of sitting back here, taking it in, and waiting to get into the flow of things here.
The MIAA holds the strings on everything. We didn't get rosters.
There we go. Hand off to Scott Glassman. He picks up enough for the first down.
I was saying the MIAA holds the strings on everything here. They
Yeah.
don't give us any rosters until last minute. They control basically everything here. It's a Super Bowl sponsored by them. Good sized crowd. The atmosphere is very good. I mean, there was a lot of people here about an hour and a half before the game, and just a fun day.
It's been a fun day.
Okay, we
Which one?
got a flag on the play. It's going to be delay.
We got a motion.
Procedure. Hopkinton.
What did we have? 2 guys moving at once?
So they'll knock the Hills back to 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 42-yard line of the Wildcats.
Okay, they come out and looks like an I left formation.
15.
First quarter action, Hopkinton leading 8-0.
Go going into the motion. Looks like they're running the same play that they were going to run before.
Toss to Flannery over the right side. He's got some good blocking. He gets to the outside and turns the corner. It's back to the original line of scrimmage where he's dragged out of bounds. Picks up about 10 on the carry.
Looks like
Shot of Jason carried the ball.
Looks like
for
they
the
picked
Hillers,
up about 9 yards on that.
Hillers this year for about 172 times and picked up close to 1,200 yards.
Right around that 7 yards a carry.
He also won the Division 6 scoring, the 122 points.
Right.
2nd and 6 from the West Bridgewater 34 yards.
Looks like they're going to put them to work today.
Okay, we've got Libby at the top of the screen. Fake pump to Libby and a shot off to Mosher. He's got some room. Dragged out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Pick up enough for the first down.
Complete for Bill Mosher. First down, Hopkinton.
That was beautiful. You see how he faked it to Libby. Give Mosher enough time to get out and nobody picks him up. That was a great fake by Pepe. That one little pump fake, you know, brings the linebackers to where he's going to throw it. Then he just turns and he drops it off to Mosher. It was a beautiful play.
Okay, Hopkinton comes out in a double slot. Glassman and lone back. Libby and Flannery at the top of the screen. Passes to Mosher across the middle at the bottom. It's going to be dragged down at the 9-yard line.
I can't believe we're this close to the end zone and they're playing that far off of Billy Mosher. I'm sure Pepe changed that at the line of scrimmage.
First down, Hopkinton.
Because usually when we line up in that type of formation, that's just a handoff to the fullback.
First and goal.
Okay, we're coming out in the same formation again. Mosher and Hurd at the bottom of the screen. Mosher in the slot, number 8.
You still got room to throw that slant again.
Flannery, and the handoff is to Glassman.
Scott slipped. He was lucky to get that handoff. I tell you, Pepe turns around nice and quick. Turns around nice and quick so he can get that handoff. And that's what saved a fumble right there. If he was slow getting around and didn't see that Scott had slipped, he probably would have just hit him in the chest and it would have been a fumble.
Okay, so we've got end of first quarter action with Hopkinton leading 8-0. And they are knocking on the door again for another score.
There's, I noticed one thing, the clock is to 11 minutes instead of the usual 10 minutes now.
Yeah, they added a minute to each quarter.
I think that's so they can sell more at the doghouse. All the money we raised at the doghouse today, everything in that doghouse has been donated today. So all the money that we raised from the doghouse is going to go towards buying the team jackets, team and coaches.
Yeah, it looks like the town's really come out to support the team. Not just the, a high school football team, but the fall sports teams themselves have done a great job this year. So the Hillers entering their first Super Bowl at the Hopkinton High School football team getting some recognition, the town getting some recognition, well-deserved.
That's right. That's right. But see, the Super Bowl like this, because it's been around so long, and it's been so long since we've gotten in there, everything was Super Bowl this, Super Bowl that all week. It's the biggest thing in town since sliced bread.
Okay, so we're going to start second quarter action. Hopkinton leading 8-0. At the bottom of your screen, Moser in the slot, Libby to your wide left. Flannery goes in motion in the backfield. Pepe drops back to pass, gives it to Libby on the left. He cuts back into the inside, and looks like he may have lost a yard on that.
He had a lane. If he got around that one corner, he had a lane. But he just leaned in a little too much. He was expecting contact, didn't get it, and he just fell forward.
So it'll be second and goal from the 8-yard line. Good shot of the end zone with the crowd. Hillers in the huddle, figuring out what their next plan of attack is going to be. Got Glassman in the backfield, number 49, and number 29, Flannery. Tosses to Flannery over the right side. He's going to be... Well, no, he's not going to be
No, he's not
down.
going to be tackled.
He's in the end zone for a score.
Unbelievable. What a run.
I'll tell you. We definitely
Unbelievable.
want to definitely bring that up on replay because
I
had
thought
me thinking that he was knocked down.
I thought he was in the backfield going to be tackled for a loss.
Hopkinton touchdown by Jason Flannery.
So Hopkinton goes up now 14-0, second quarter action, 10 minutes and 11 seconds into the...
Okay, we're going to bring that one up. Here it is. He pitches that out. It's amazing right there. I thought he was tackled in the backfield. He just keeps moving and trying to get forward.
He's got quite a burst of speed. We got Beatty lining up for the kick. And got some legs, and it's in, and it's good. So that'll bring it to 15-0. Hopkinton lead in second quarter action. Division 6 Super Bowl. Hopkinton on top against the West Bridgewater Wildcats.
West Bridgewater, nothing.
You look at West Bridgewater, they're coming over and they've already got their heads down. It's only a minute into the second quarter. You've worked all season to get this far. You don't give up till the end of the game.
Okay, we got the Hopkinton cheerleaders and the band right now. Out celebrating. I noticed today the cheerleaders got new uniforms.
I believe they had some type of fundraiser for those. I'm not exactly sure. Or they bought them themselves. But you're right, they are new.
I know we don't get to mention everybody during each
Kicked
game,
off.
but
Did you see that?
yeah, I saw it.
It's kicked off by Scott Glassman. It looked like Pepe was going to come up and kick the ball, and all of a sudden Glassman comes up.
Sean O'Neill with the carry.
Okay, so we've got the Wildcats taking over at their own 29-yard line. What I was starting to say before we were back to live action is that we should give credit to the band, the fans, and to the cheerleaders for coming out each week.
That's right.
I know every time we don't get to mention the people like that. Okay, the handoff is to O'Neill, and he's going to get no yardage on the play.
They buried him right at the line of scrimmage. If he's going to try and run the center of the field the whole day, this guy's in for a long game. He's got to mix it up a little bit. Fake the middle, get to the outside.
You want to give a rundown of the defensive unit for the Hillers?
Yes, you would have me now. I haven't calmed down yet. Okay, we'll give it to you right after this play.
Okay, Panos calling the signals for West Bridgewater.
We're in a 4-4 defense right now.
Van Prost in motion. Give us to O'Neill, 34, over the left side, where he picks up about yard and a half on the carry.
Okay, we got 88 David Clark at left end, 71 Keith Lee left tackle. 73 Chris Miser is in there at one of the nose guards. 54 Mike Berry is the other nose guard. 72 Kevin Holgram is our right tackle, or right defensive end. David Melendez, number 3. The cornerback, safety, I should say. Number 5 and 49. Number 5 is Brian Libby. 49, Scott Glassman.
Okay, quick slant into number 89.
He's buried right where he caught the ball.
Picks up enough for the first down.
Then we have 27, Josh Nelson over there, cornerback on the left side. Billy Mosey, number 8, cornerback on the right side. And Mark Kappeline, he's playing deep safety today. The theory is with Mark, they put a little bit more speed back there, and they told him nothing gets behind you.
Okay, Van Prost motion to the bottom of the screen, number 9.
Hand off up the middle.
34 O'Neill. He picks up another yard on the carry. Tackle down on the play looks by Glassman and Holgram.
Scott Glassman has come to play today, I'll tell you. Actually, the whole green team over there, the Hopkinton Hillers, has come to play. The only miscue that we've had is that the pass being batted. That's it.
Van Prost goes into motion. Donahue is the top of the screen, number 32. Panos gives to 34 O'Neill. He gets some running room and picks up enough for a first down.
He's taken down by Mark Kappeline, number 1. They can't do that anymore because I don't want to listen to that horn anymore.
Yeah, that horn's got to go. Jeez.
Nice run by Sean O'Neill for the Wildcats.
I think he broke it. Good. They're coming out in a quick huddle. Looks like a hurry-up offense.
First and 10 from the 43-yard line. Van Prost in motion. To give again, it's to 34 O'Neill, and he picks up about another yard on the carry for the Wildcats. Bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, looks like he got 2 yards on that.
So their first down, they get a little life here.
Right. But they keep banging him up the middle. It's going to be hard for him to make his living running up the middle today on this defense. As you know, the way the Hillers hit by the middle of the fourth quarter, he don't want to get hit no more. That's what they did to Kevin Hatch at Turkey Day.
Okay, West Bridgewater comes out in a double slot. Quick slant to the number 89, the intended receiver, Lincoln.
That looked like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it definitely was tipped. I think Libby got a hand on it.
Libby almost had that baby picked off. He likes to throw that slant, that quick slant.
3rd and 6 for the Wildcats.
Well, I know both coaches, of course I don't know this for sure, but I read it in the papers, that they exchanged each 2 films. And, you know, maybe he sees something on a film and that's what he capitalizes on and goes with it. But now he's right back into an I formation, wing left. Number 9, Van Prost, goes into motion. Tosses to 34, O'Neill around the right side, and he's tripped up. And he picks up a couple of yards on the carry.
Clarky did his job. He was in the backfield. He made him cut back in. That's what he's supposed to do.
So that'll bring up 4th and a long 4 for the Wildcats.
Sean O'Neill with the carry.
See if they're going to kick and trap Hopkinton way down deep, or will they go for it?
He's got to go for it. No, he's going to punt. I think this one's probably the fake punt.
Okay, 89 back to do the kicking for them is Lincoln.
This looks like a fake.
Definitely a kick.
Yeah, it is.
The intended receiver was Melendez, and down by Donahue at the 2-yard line.
Now, can he catch the ball in midair?
Yeah,
David Melendez was waving for a fair catch.
Willers will take over on their
right. Dave was waving for a fair catch, and
5-yard line.
as
He
long
has
as
to give him the opportunity to catch it.
right, but the ball has to be catchable.
Okay.
And actually, Melendez had started moving just prior to the
Yeah,
coverage.
that's
So
an excellent.
Hopkinton starts with first and 10 from their own 4-yard line. 22 for Hopkinton at the top of your screen. Eric Wells.
And
they give this to
face mask.
Flannery. And he just keeps on chugging through, gets up to the 19-yard line. So he picks up the first down, 15 yards on the carry.
Jason Flannery.
They missed that face mask in there. There was a little hand on the face mask. It was a good leg drive. He just keeps him pumping. See, what happens is he keeps those arms in tight so that you don't get anything to grab on it. He just keeps his legs moving. And he's always leading forward, always keeping his head up.
So it'll be first and 10 from the Hillers' own 19-yard line. 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the second quarter. They give
Hand
us
off to Eric Wells. He's got a little room. Kick it out, Eric.
He's burning. He's gone. All he's going to do is just keep on chugging. Number 32, number Donahue is
Come on,
behind
Eric,
him.
turn it on.
And he's going to be dragged down at the old 10-yard line. We got a flag down on the play. We have a face mask.
Face mask. Oh, man. I
wish
didn't
he
think
had
anybody
gotten
could catch him.
That was Eric Wells for the Hillers.
I didn't think he would be caught.
I think when he got in the open, he said, oh, my God, there's nobody there.
And Will Donahue really showed a lot of speed. We're going to bring this one back up on the screen. That was a beautiful run.
Yeah.
Face mask penalty.
So we got Wells on his first carry of the game. 19 yards down to the 5-yard line.
Did you pick up how many yards that was?
No, I haven't got my calculator. And we
Get
don't
caught
have
up.
a statistician here today, so we'll let you figure it out at home.
Get caught up in all the excitement. Okay, here we go. Looks like we're lining up for two.
We're going to get in first. We haven't scored.
It's a 68-yard run, roughly, by Eric Wells.
So we got first and goal from the 5-yard line. We have flags down on the play.
Let's see if we can bring up that
Ball start against the
nice
Hillers.
run. All that is was a jet.
So it'll be first and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
That's the first mistake of the game.
We got Flannery and Glassman in the backfield.
Say the replay's coming up because he lost that one on the run.
The gas to give this to Flannery over the left side.
Kind of like that on the replay. They just start mentioning it when it comes up, so we know it now.
Okay, here we get a shot of some of the West
That's a
Bridgewater fans.
It's a Wildcat.
Where's the mask?
Jason Flannery with the carry.
Okay, here we go. This looks like Scott Glassman's ball. And there it is. He's got a little room. I notice a lot of old players up here that are wearing their team shirt that they had from years ago, you know, up here that support the team.
3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. First half action. Hopkinton leading 15-0, and now pressuring again for another score. We get Hurd at the top of your screen to give us to Glassman, and he's in. First
Touchdown. Beautiful run by Scott Glassman.
So we have first half action.
Hopkinton touchdown.
3
by
minutes to
Scott
go.
Glassman.
The cheerleaders over there trying to excite the crowd.
makes it Hopkinton 21, West Bridgewater 0.
Mike Beattie lines up for the kick for the Hillers. Snap is good. And
Blocked.
it's blocked.
Pick it up.
And we have a flag down on the play.
Flag on the play.
It's going to be a personal foul.
Personal foul.
Roughing the holder.
Foul against West Bridgewater.
How did they get that? He blocked the kick.
He blocked the kick, but they also took out the holder. In order to get one of those, you have to.
Let's see what he's
waving
calling.
it off. It's no flag. I was going to say that because he had to have run right at the kicker, so he got a shot of the cheerleaders
Right.
joining with the band. The traditional song played after each touchdown.
We've heard that a lot this year.
And I think we're going to hear it a lot this afternoon.
We can only hope.
Hopkinton leading with 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the first half, 21-0. Set up to kick off. Back deep for the Wildcats, number 34 O'Neill and number 32 Donahue. The Wildcats yet have got to get off the ground with any offense.
You're right. I bet you Eric Wells takes a lot of ribbon in the locker room.
In the
From
first,
getting caught from behind.
Well, at least it was a back that caught him and not a lineman.
Yeah, right.
Marion nothing, Bellingham nothing.
Okay, and the kick is off. Going to be fielded by number 34 O'Neill, and it's going to be returned left up the sideline, and it's going to be dragged out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Well, they set that return up pretty well. Okay, we're going to bring up a replay on that touchdown by Scott Glassman. You can see we're down about the 4-yard line.
Makes it 1st and 10.
Hand off to Scott on the straight shot, and he's in. Just dives right in, right over the line. Back to live action.
Pano's calling signals for West Bridgewater. Give us to the fullback, and he's out around the left side, and he's dragged out of bounds.
That's a nice piece of running because they hit him right at the line of scrimmage. But on a big man, they went to tackle him high, and he just broke away, broke the tackle. That was a nice piece of running by the fullback.
Shot of the West Bridgewater sidelines.
They're in that, looks like a triple I formation.
Give us to the second man throw.
Just tackled in the backfield by...
You want to call him the tailback.
Yeah. Chris Mazza was on that tackle in the backfield.
Sean O'Neill with the carry.
Still, he still managed to squeak out a yard though, even though Chris had hit him in the backfield.
Shot of the Hopkinton sidelines with the fans packed in the stands. And back to live action on the field. We've got Donahue at the bottom of the screen for the Bridgewater. Coverage by number 13. Toss to number 9. He's got some running room. Van Prost breaks it out around the sideline. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by number 1, Kaplan, and finished up by Libby, number 5.
Libby was kind of hit him a little late. I mean, 5 yards out.
Yeah, I kind of questioned that one. They could have gone 15-yarder.
Yeah, I think so. Let's just hope he learned from his mistake and doesn't do it again. But that was an excellent fake. I thought the fullback had it. I really did. They're back in a, I don't know what kind of formation that is.
We'll call it a wing right. Panos drops back to pass, and he overthrows his intended receiver. And Kaplan, I don't know. Had it right in his hands. I'll have to we'll talk to him later.
I don't know why he didn't. That's the one time he should have jumped to try and cradle it.
Defended by Matt Castelline.
Here we are. Wave to the fans at home.
Hi, fans.
They're probably getting tired of looking at us by now.
Either that or hearing us. Maybe both. Okay, back live here. We've got first half action. Hopkinton leading 21-0.
Motion man, he's running out of room.
Quick slant into 32. Donahue.
Is that a reception? Yep.
Yep.
To me, when they run a motion man this far to the sideline, he's just a dummy. They're not even going to use him.
Timeout, Wildcats.
At least that's the way it seems.
I'm going to ask you to recap the score, and I know that Jason got a score, Glassman got a score, but who got the first touchdown for Hopkinton in the first quarter?
Jason did.
Okay. I was drawing a blank. And we had a 2-point conversion by Cafeline on the first score, and Beatty for both extra point kicks.
No, just one. The second one was blocked.
That's right.
We better get a pen and start writing this down, huh?
Like you said, they got caught up in the excitement and
Well, I'll
got
tell
a
you.
bunch of their tools.
I'll tell you, for the first 4 or 5 minutes in the broadcast, I was just kind of in a daze. You know, it was just here.
Announce at this time that Super Bowl 12 programs are on sale.
Super Bowl 12. We've been going on for 12 years.
I don't know. I thought maybe we were
So get
reminiscing.
your souvenir, the Super Bowl.
Okay, we're in a third. We're in 2-down situation here, anyways. But he's got third and 4.
3rd and 4 for first. Lincoln and Van Prost in the slot at the bottom of the screen. Lone set back. 81. The
Drop
give is
play.
to him, and he goes nowhere.
Beautiful.
Dan Bartel.
Dan Bartel tackled by Keith Lee.
All right, I'll wave you on when it comes up. Nothing yet.
I noticed one thing out there. You look at number 6
Makes it 4th and 5.
and tell me who he is. It was number 71 at the beginning of the game, Keith Lee. Now he's number 6, so that means he's going to be going in for some fullback for Scott.
Okay, Wildcats come out in a double split. Van Prost at the bottom of the screen, Donahue at the top. They give us the 34 O'Neill.
Tackled by Kevin Holgram.
And number 5, Libby. With 55 seconds to go in the second quarter, Hopkinton lead the contest 21-0.
And we go back on offense, and it looks like Keith Lee's going to be in a fullback.
First touchdown.
Okay, we're going to bring up the first touchdown of the day.
Hillis take over and
Little
down.
break in the action, and here it is.
See, it's just a handoff to Jason over the left side. Only has to go about 3 yards to score.
1st and 10, Hillis on the 28-yard
Coming
line.
up. You got it? Okay, good.
Okay, Hopkinton 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
He's going
Pepe
deep, Derek
has it
Wells.
out. Just overthrows him. Good coverage by number 34 O'Neill.
There was good coverage. And I think if Eric had a shot at it, he would have been able to break up the play.
Intended for Eric Wells.
And now, Ed, you can give us a
2nd and 10 for the
breakdown when we come back to the field. We get a shot of the West Bridgewater sidelines here of the offense. Okay, Hopkinton comes out in a slot left. Libby at the bottom of the screen, joined with Flannery and Moja. Pepe turns and throws. Intended receiver was Libby.
Pepe's pass
And overthrows him.
intended for
Incomplete.
Moja.
Bring up 3rd
Makes
and
it 3rd and 10 for the Hillis.
Jason or Mosier must have done the wrong thing because both of those guys were kind of in the same line of the ball, really close together. But he's put it up 2 plays in a row now, so 3rd and 10. So I would expect a pass on this one too, or a drop play.
fake, and to give us to Mosier around the left side, come to the bottom of the screen, looking for some running room. Going to be dragged down short of the first down. There's a flag on the play.
Bill Mosier with the
I don't know what they got there, but it looked like it was thrown at one of our linemen. Holding. Holding.
against the Hillers.
Wonder who that was on. I think that was on number 72, Kevin Hogan.
So it'll
That's a
be
spot
declined.
foul, right?
Yep, it'll be 4th.
Penalty declined by the Wildcats.
4th and 2 for the Hillers. They're going to go for it.
It looks that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, with 30 seconds left in the first half. They could probably just sit on the ball. I don't think they need to even snap it.
It'll stop at the change of possession, won't it?
Yeah, but they could let it run out. Give us to
Keith Lee, first
picks up
down.
the first down.
Ball carried by Keith Lee, first down, Hopkinton.
He ran that one reminiscent of Dan Shirley. He lowered his shoulder and just pulled his way right through. We get the first, we call a timeout. Let's put it up.
12 seconds to go in the first half.
You look up in the sky here, it looks full of balloons. One of our fans let the balloons go. And the clock is official today. There is an official up in the booth.
There's an official everywhere today.
Yep.
You must have official phobia.
I had to get official sideline pass.
Marion, nothing.
We keep hearing the Marion Bellingham score 0-0. Sounds like it's more than of a ball game than Bellingham thought it would be.
Good shot of the line coming out for Hopkinton. 54 Berry, 52 is Stewart, 73 Mazza. In the huddle with Pepe calling the signals, obviously.
One of the plays I would look for in this situation is a screen pass.
Okay, Flannery Mosier at the top of your screen with Hurd wide out. Lone back is
Nobody's even covering him.
quick screen to Flannery. It's covered now by Donahue. Going to be dragged down for no gain.
Jeremy Hurd went downfield and threw a block, but he threw a block on the wrong person.
Hopkinton uses a second timeout.
Right.
2 ticks left.
He threw a block on the wrong person. He should have blocked number 32. But he did throw a good block on number 9 downfield, but he was further down.
Now, at the end of the game, Ed, do they do any special awards? Is it just a trophy to the school for winning, or is there...
I think it's just a plaque. It's not even a trophy. It's just a plaque for them to hang up. And I'm not even sure if they get it at the end of the game.
2 seconds left in the first half. Pepe just gives it, options it to the fullback, and then tosses it off to Flannery on the right side, and that's going to do it for first half. Hopkinton leading the contest 21-0. So,
West Bridgewater.
what appears to be a blowout in the making. Hopefully Hopkinton comes out second half, not flat. Hopefully they come out as pumped up as they were in the first half, and we can keep the momentum going.
Well, it depends on how well their coach can adjust at halftime. If the West Bridgewater coach can adjust to our offense at halftime, they can make a game of it.
So there you have it, 21-0, Division 6 Super Bowl. Hopkinton leading the contest over West Bridgewater. And the cheerleaders are going to go over their cheering programs, and we're going to be back after the second half with the second half action at the Chick Moats Memorial Field. Hopkinton leading 21-0.
Yellow, let's go, green and white. Let's go, green and white. Let's go, Phillies. Hey, hey, hey.
At Chick Welch Memorial Field, Division 6 Super Bowl.
They're setting up for an onside kick. At least that's the way it looks.
Yep, back deep for the Hillers to receive. Number 3, Melendez, and number 1, Caffaline.
Hey, Russ. Yeah,
They get all their hands people up front.
Yep,
bring it up.
Okay, we're back. They start off with an onside kick. Picked up by Keith Lee.
number 6.
Just covers the ball and gets what he can. And
That's all you can do.
that's all you can do. It's all we ask for.
So Hopkinton will start first and 10 with their ball position at the 46, 47-yard line.
The clouds are starting to come in and the temperature's dropped a little bit here.
Send in the clouds, or send in the clowns.
What we need is the rain to hold off. It's supposed to pour later on. We got to finish the game.
That's right. Okay, Hopkinton comes out. Pepe calling the signals. Number 2 for Hopkinton. Number 6, Lee in the backfield. Drops back to pass. Mosier, the intended receiver.
Beautiful
Caught.
pass.
Still going. Picks up about 7 yards on the carry. As you remember, the last telecast, Mosier came up with a big interception for the game-ending win for the Hillers against Turkey Day rival Ashland.
That's right. Everything that Pepe's thrown today has been on the mark. He's been having an exceptional day.
Okay, we've got Lee, number 6 in the backfield with Flannery, number 29, to give us to Jason. Up,
Fake.
Pepe going all the way. Hurd, wide open. Just going to keep trotting it downfield, dragged out of bounds at about the 12-yard line.
Looks like he's marking it right at the 15-yard line. Even with these painted numbers on there. And I believe that's Jeremy Hurd's first reception of the year.
I guess the refs are going to let these guys play. They dragged him down out of bounds.
About 8 yards.
8 yards out of bounds.
They go into the lonesome polecat.
Gotta love it. Pepe calling signals. Flannery, the center, number 29. Pepe just takes off. Oh. Gonna go down.
Wow, now that's a late hit.
That's a late hit by number 70. No flag.
Right to the head.
Clearly, I could hear the whistles with headphones on.
Joe Shapino with the tackle.
That was a real late hit. See Mark Caffaline come in to replace Billy Mosier. Let's see if they're going to run that little inside trap play.
Okay, if you're just joining us, this is second half action of the Division 6B Super Bowl. Hopkinton versus West Bridgewater. Hopkinton in their first Super Bowl. West Bridgewater, this is their third. And Hopkinton is leading the contest 21-0. Snap is back to Pepe. Ooh. And he gets nailed. Bad snap on the play, and Pepe just got labeled.
He got buried, I'll tell you. Well, Jason did a bad snap, and as soon as Pepe picked it up, he should have taken off. You know, you just when the bad snap happens, you know the play's over. So you get what you can get. Because wow, he took a hit.
3rd and 20 for the
A double whammy, if you want to put it that way.
We got 3rd and 20 with the ball on the 25-yard line. Pepe drops back to pass. Receiver is Libby, number 5, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's going to be dragged down.
Close to the first down.
Just short of the first down.
Pepe's pass is complete to Brian Libby.
Okay, we're going to see if we can bring that one back up on the replay. This is Pepe getting buried. Wow. I'll tell you, he got killed on that play.
His head will still be ringing later on.
He's probably still ringing now.
It'll still be ringing when he watches this. Okay, up at the top of the screen, Hurd on a real wide out, and at the bottom, Calf line number 1.
1st and goal,
Pepe
hand
gives
off
to
to Keith Lee. Ooh, he's down close.
Keith Lee with the carry.
1st and goal, bring up 2nd and goal. The ball
Looks like
at
Coach
the,
Hughes wants to mix it up.
half-foot line.
Makes it 2nd and 1 for the Hillers.
You know, he wants to mix it up on his scoring.
Got 7 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Hand off to Keith Lee, and he's in. Touchdown.
Hopkinton touchdown.
I think it'd be safe to say we could break up the old party favors.
Hopkinton 27, West Bridgewater 0.
27-0, 3rd quarter. 7 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. And it looks like our JV squad's going to see some action. We'll see some mix-up of different players in here.
Well, I hate to say we ain't got no JV squad today.
Oh, okay.
Since their last Turkey Day game, they haven't dressed. Like Beatty with the extra point, it's good. So we got the proverbial 28 to zip.
Making it Hopkinton 28, West Bridgewater 0.
Shot of the scoreboard tells the story. 28-0. It's 3rd quarter action.
Coach Hughes has really mixed it up well today. I mean, they talked about in the papers. Okay, we're going to bring up that touchdown by
In the 2nd quarter.
Keith Lee.
6, Marion 6.
So here you go. It looks like they're going to pitch the Jason. He hands right off to
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee, and boom, touchdown.
Good leg drive, and he puts it in.
That's why, if you notice the way the quarterback turned, that's why when he does the pitch, he does a reverse pivot. You know, like if he was to pitch to Jason, that reverse pivot was right there, and he pitch it out. Instead, he just handed it to Keith, touchdown.
Chase set the kick for the Hillers. Glassman. Kind of a high wobbly kick, and it's going to be fielded by number 1, Calf line.
Now, I don't think he can advance that. He just can recover it. That's kind of a late hit out of bounds. Actually, they buried him out of bounds.
It's going to be from the spot where he picked the ball up, so it's not an intentional onside kick. It was just a wobbly kick, and the Hillers recover it.
See, the only reason I know that is because I remember about 5 years ago in the Weston game, we did an onside kick. Jamie Diana recovered it and ran it in for a touchdown. And they brung it back to where he touched it. Well, who hasn't scored?
The Who from Whoville. Pepe drops back. He gives it to Calf
Gives it to
line on the
Catalan.
reverse.
1 man to beat. Come on, Mark,
Takes
turn it
out
on.
Number 9, and he should be in for the score. Yes. toast.
The old Statue of Liberty play. We're pulling out all the stops today.
There is a flag in the play.
There is a flag on the play. Ooh.
Ooh's right, it was a nice play.
Personal foul. Personal foul. What is this on?
I'd love to see the replay to see if we can pick up a personal foul or whether somebody said something. We're going to wait for the refs to sort it out. But the refs have missed a couple of personal fouls already. I don't know why they're picking now to pick a time to throw a flag.
Well, you know why.
Yeah.
They want to take control of the scoreboard. Got a personal foul on there, first and 25. That was a great play. I don't think he'll run it 2 plays in a row. He's really letting Brian Pepe have his day today here, throwing the ball. He's been on the mark all day.
Pepe drops back the pass. Intended receiver is Libby, and Kaffelein almost comes up with the reception, and Libby's getting a little up from the ground slow.
One of those two guys went a little too deep.
For Brian Libby.
I mean, they were both in the area, but one was in and one was out. But they were a little too deep, one of them.
Going to bring up 2nd and 25 for the Hills with the ball at the 38-yard line of the Wildcats.
Come on, get that ball!
It's third quarter action with 7 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the third. Hopkinton leading 28-0. It's a reverse to Kaffelein.
He's got some room. Don't cut it back in, Mark.
Yeah, he had some good blocking there by Pepe number 2 and number 54, Berry. It just looked like he needed to get outside.
That's right. He had to beat that one guy that tackled him, and he cut in on him instead of trying to take him outside. Pepe threw a beautiful block on that play.
I know.
Let's go, we need the ball!
Had some good leg drive out of the quarterback.
We seem to be in a slow lull right here. Third down, 24 yards to go for the first.
Come on, we need the ball!
24 for the Hillers.
Come on!
Fake to Flannery. Pepe scrambles. Still scrambles. Fakes it, drops it off to Libby.
Beautiful little pass to Libby.
Libby's going to be dragged down.
Now there's a late hit. Okay, we're going to see if we can take a look at that Statue of Liberty where they had the penalty, the one that Kaffelein.
Yeah, let's look and see if
Here
we
we
can
go.
find a personal foul. There it is, the handoff to Kaffelein. Gets outside number 9.
I didn't see anything. I was kind of looking on the back side of the plate, and I didn't see anything back there.
Makes it 4th and 6 for the Hillers.
Back to live action. I mean, I didn't see anything. Somebody must have said something in order to get the
Yeah, but that would be after the play, wouldn't
I know.
it? Pitch to Jay, see if he can.
Gets stuck in the backfield, and then he's going to pick up a few yards.
Looks like he's close to the first down.
It's incredible. He looks like he's going to go down, and then picks up a few more yards.
He's able to, for some reason, I don't know if he doesn't get it from me, that's for sure. He can stop in a dime, make a U-turn, and just take off. And it's like after one step, he's at full speed.
We need the ball back!
Are you saying you're not known for your quick moves?
No. Only on the dance floor.
Only on the dance floor. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, we got 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the third. Hopkinton 1st and 10. The ball on the 20-yard line. Pepe drops back to pass. There's the pressure.
Going down.
Going down.
Tackle made by Chris Joyce.
They're just starting to tee off now that he's just dropping straight back to pass.
2nd and 14 for the Hillers.
It is cooling off just a little bit.
Gray overcast day. Rain's holding off.
That's all I'm worried about, the rain holding off.
Tosses to Lee on the left side. Got some good blocking from Jason.
Wow.
Picks up a couple of yards on the carry.
I thought he was going to kick it out a little further. He cut up.
Lee with the carry.
Cut upfield. Now we're into a 3rd and
12.
12 situation.
Tackle by Martell.
Ball on the old 22-yard line. Field looks excellent. They did a good job getting it ready for the game.
Yep.
I know the
Most of this line work was done by Richie Shalosky and Dan Powell. They do a great job of getting the field ready to play.
Okay, we've got Clark to the top of the screen. Motion in the slot. Give us the Flannery on the right side. He's got some daylight. Needs a big block from Clark, and he gets it around the right side. He's going to be in for the score. Dave Clark pulled a beautiful block.
Beautiful block. But you notice he was in for the score, and they were still trying to tackle him.
Jason Flannery.
And I'll tell you, I was just thinking that when I saw Clark at the top of the screen, Eddie, that we haven't mentioned his name all day long.
That's
and then
right.
He comes up with a key block.
Okay, we're going to see if we can bring this one back up on the screen.
Go, you know.
Mike Beatty in the kick for the Hillers.
See if we can get it after the extra point
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Don't want to miss the extra point. It's up,
And it's good.
and it's good. Just clears it over the old bar.
Beatty's kick is good.
Okay, we're going to see the Jason touchdown.
West Bridgewater 0.
Just listening to the band.
Here we
There it
go.
is.
Yes,
He has plenty of room there, and he just
Watch
outruns the
Clark.
defenders.
Pick him off.
Wow, what a block by Dave Clark. But you notice at the very end, they're still trying to tackle him after he's already in the end zone.
Well, hopefully this won't turn into one of those grudges where now we'll just get our licks into each and every player that we can get. Let's just get the game.
Yeah, the cheap shot stuff, no. Coach Hughes has waited too long for this Super Bowl. He won't let his team stoop to anything like that. He's
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just saying it looks like there's some extra
yeah, but I mean, even
activities going on. Oh yeah, no.
even in retaliation.
Okay, and the kick is fielded by number 23,
Wow.
Franco Rodriguez. And he get wowed at the
There's
40
Clark
yard line.
and who's that? Glassman. Scott Glassman hit him first. Scott comes down there like he shot out of a can.
Rodriguez with the carry. Tackle by Clark.
I wonder where he gets all that
First and
energy.
10 for the Wildcats.
Okay, with 3 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the third, Hopkinton leading 35-0.
Let's see Jake Dodd in there, number 76, to replace Michael Berry.
We're going to see see if West Bridgewater can put together a drive and maybe put one in the end zone. Hopefully that defense of Hopkinton won't give and let the team and the town savor the moment, really, as far as I'm concerned. It's a big victory. Panels drop
Wow,
back.
Chris Miser was right in his face.
Intended receiver Donahue.
Mark Heffeline played that beautifully. You know, come over, just knock it down.
Donahue.
If you're in that situation, you just knock that ball down. You don't have to be worried about a pickoff at this point in the game. You just play defense.
So it'll bring up second down and 10. Ball just over the 40-yard line for the Wildcats. give us to number 40 over the right side.
It looks like he's tackled by the right side of our defense, left side of our defense.
Peter with the carry for Bridgewater.
George DePino on the carry.
His clock was in the backfield. Scott Glassman, Brian Libby. All three of those guys were in on that tackle.
Tackled by Holmgren.
There you go, a shot of the score. Division 6 Super Bowl. Action at the high school field. Hopkinton lead 35-0 with 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the third quarter. And O'Neal at the top of your screen. In the slot, Donahue. Panos drops back to pass. He's going to be taken down.
He's got to call that, and he's not going to do it. That's not intentional grounding. That isn't intentional grounding. I don't know what is.
Not only that, the quarterback is hurt.
Tackled by
No, I don't want to see that.
Kevin Holmgren.
The Gator was all over him,
Official
and
timeout.
he obviously just dumped the ball off.
He would have been well advised to take the sack. Looks like they're looking at his left leg. I noticed the doghouse is doing a rousing business over there. All that money is, like I said earlier, is going to go towards Super Bowl jackets. And maybe if they can see it in their heart, give us a Super Bowl blazer for announcing.
Oh boy.
So next year will look good.
They're still attending to the quarterback.
Oh, well, there's a little break in the action. We've heard the there's a shot of the
Doghouse.
doghouse, a concession stand. They had a Santa Claus breakfast, and there's the new quarterback warming up.
Number 9, Van Prost, or Von Prost.
We'll just call him Matt V. But we hear that the Bellingham Marion Super Bowl game is a tie, 6-6, and wouldn't that be a shocker? I think when you look at that game, if Marion could stay close and go into halftime either close or tied or whatever, like the way it sounds, they're going to go in and they're going to say, hey, we can play with this team. Because as you know, when Bellingham comes out and they got their big Adam Bernard up front, 6'2", 300 plus pounds, it's very intimidating. So they didn't get intimidated, and that's what you want. Looks like they bring their own EMT, because I don't see Dr. Pandisio out there.
Not sure what the story is, whether they have to
Call the meat wagon. Up, here comes Hopkinton's finest. They're gonna see if they need an ambulance. Because I hate to see.
you hate to see anybody down, and especially on a day like today. It's a little cool. The ground can't be a good place to be sitting.
No. Well, injuries is part of the game, but
Shot of our cameraman, Court Dwyer.
most of the time, it just needs a couple of minutes to recompose himself and then get up and get off to the sideline. But this looks a little serious.
Now it looks like we got a doctor coming out in the field.
Well, I hope the guy that's packed in the no parking zone moves before an ambulance comes up.
So we're just going to wait here and see what happens. The EMT is attending to the quarterback. If you just happen to join us, West Bridgewater's quarterback was being sacked on the play, and he's taken down and is yet to return to the action. And
It must have just been some type of weird step forward or something, because the Gator never hit his legs.
no,
He grabbed his body and kind of was dragging him down as he was throwing. And he should have just taken the sack. Not saying that his throwing motion caused the injury or anything like that.
Going black.
Okay. So we're going to take a short break here, and when the action resumes, we'll be back.
The 93-94 edition of the Hopkinton Boosters Club has been both enthusiastic and resourceful in its quest to bring added value to our athletic program. From the wall of fame that depicts 70 years of Hopkinton Ashland Thanksgiving Day tradition to new audio and video technology that benefits all sports and plans to design and build a new showcase for our team champions, the club has found many ways to enhance athletics in Hopkinton. Our goal for the 93-94 school year is to continue to be a positive force.
gives the Flannery up.
To do this, we need your help. Please consider becoming an active booster. We guarantee fun and time well spent.
Okay, we're back live at the Hopkinton High School, where we're in third quarter action. We're just now seeing the ambulance taking the quarterback Steve Panos for West Bridgewater off. Preliminary indications are that it was a knee injury. We saw him being taken off, and he was kind of joking around and laughing, so hopefully it's nothing serious. But at any rate, we're back to third quarter action, 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
It's always best to go and have it checked out.
Right.
You
Better
know?
safe than sorry.
That's right.
Hopkinton leading the contest in the third quarter, 35-0. In what is right now, in
Blowout.
terms of blowout,
Yeah. Looks like the papers were right. But
in one game.
in one game, in the other game,
We are catching reports that
that's a 6-6. You know what it is? They got sprinkler heads out there, and they're trying to decide should we don't want to run over the sprinkler heads and maybe have to put a new one in.
well, on that they're trying to find a way off the field. They've got everything roped off up here.
Well, they got their corner open down there. Should just do like the kids would do. Pull a U-turn right there in the middle of the field and
Take it off.
take off. I think those things are designed to take a little bit of abuse anyways.
Well, if you see him go over one, we'll know what it was.
There he goes. I guess they should give everybody a design on how these things are laid out.
Quarterback for the
Well,
Wildcats.
it's not only that. I mean, you've got guys driving the ambulances that haven't come up before the game and don't
right.
exactly know where everything is laid out. Okay,
Right.
so we're back to live action.
We're in punt formation. Mark Cafferline back deep.
And
It's
it's
a fake.
Intended receiver Donahue, number 32, and covered on the play by number 27, Josh Nelson.
Well, you knew he had to do that because it's getting late in the game. I got to put something on the board.
In a quarterback for Hopkinton, number 9, Josh Hanna.
Josh Hanna in to replace Brian Pepe. Pepe's had an outstanding ball game.
2 minutes to go in the third. Hopkinton in command in its first Super Bowl appearance. Looks like it's going to,
Be a ground game.
yep, be a ground game for the rest of the game, and we'll eventually end up winning the contest. Hannah hands off to Flannery over the right side, and he's taken down after about a gain of 8. If you're just joining us, it's third quarter action. Hopkinton lead 35-0, late in the third quarter with a minute to go.
Picked up about 8 yards on that play.
Makes it 2nd and 4 for the Hillers.
To Mark Cafferline in for Jason.
Mosier in motion. The give is to Cafferline over the right side.
He's got some wheels.
Down the sideline, he's just walking the tightrope and he's out of bounds.
Mark to Cafferline with the carry. First down, Hopkinton.
Beautiful run. He's got some speed. Gets around that corner. You're right, he did do a little tightroping down the sideline. I think he was more losing his balance than he got pushed out.
Give us to
Eric Wells.
Over the right side, he gets some room. Gets out into the open, and it's going to be dragged down at the 5-yard line, just short of the goal line.
Okay, let's see if we can
Wells with the carry.
bring that one back up. That was a beautiful run by Eric Wells.
Brought down by Dan Bartel.
He did some good cutting in the middle of the field on that.
Well, there's no shortage of tailbacks in
No,
this ball club.
the only bad thing is they're all seniors. Billy Mosier, no, Marks.
Give us to Cafferline over the right side.
Ooh.
He's dragged down.
When he's that close to the goal line, you take on the tackler and try and power it in.
Mark getting up a little
Mark
slow.
Cafferline brought down
Limping.
by Sean O'Neill.
He get hit right on the side of his knee.
Shot of the Hopkinton cheerleaders on the sideline. They've had a lot to cheer about today. All year long, actually. The big Hopkinton machine, 8-2, entering its first Super Bowl appearance.
That's the end of the
And that'll be the end of the third quarter, with Hopkinton in a commanding 35-0 lead.
West Bridgewater 0.
So we're going to enter with fourth quarter action.
I'll tell you, this game turned out to be more of a one-sided thing than I thought it would be. I really believe that the game would be a little closer and we'd only win by about 10, 12 points.
Yeah, no, I was looking to see about the same type of scoring.
Yeah, you're right.
It gets kind of tough to
At the end of the first half,
announce and keep things going and keep the excitement going. I mean, you want to.
Marion 6.
We just heard from the booth
We'd like to remind
that Bellingham is beating Marion 20-6.
Ceremony immediately after the game.
We had a shot of the Killer Band and a couple of the West Bridgewater players just goofing around now.
There is an award ceremony at the end of the game. I'm going to try and get out on the field and bring that to you. So when the game's over, I'll be hustling out on the field.
Please stick around after the game for the presentation of the awards. Thank you.
Well, it's not too early to start congratulating everybody, but I think we.
Well, I think he took some of his starting players out. He might have taken them out too early. You know, the fans are, because it was only in the fourth quarter.
And it gives to Melendez over the right side, where he's just short of the goal line.
Because the fourth quarter just started, didn't it? Well, how come there's
Tackled by Steve Ross.
a minute and something gone on one play?
When the ball's ready to play, they
Wound
Yes,
it up.
on.
Oh, it's fine with me. I'm getting cold.
They shortened it.
Yeah, that's probably it. The referee's probably getting cold.
The ball resting on the Hiller, actually the West Bridgewater 2-yard line. Hannah at quarterback, Melinda's in motion. Keith Lee in the background. Yep, Hannah on the carry. He's going to go in for the score.
Josh Hannah on a was that quarterback draw?
Touchdown by Josh Hannah.
Mr. Hillman himself.
Man, he has got some serious excitement in him.
Doesn't he? He's wired for sound.
Hey, what person in their right mind wouldn't want to be out there right now
You're right.
doing the same thing? And another new wrinkle, we got the Weasel lining up for the extra point. Melinda's holding. And he kicks it up and good.
Petey's kick is good, making it.
So we got Hillers in control. And
Okay, we're gonna bring up the the touchdown.
there it is here. We got Hannah. Looks like he fakes it. Lee comes up, cleans him up, and just scampers in for the touchdown. Way to go. So I don't think it's game's definitely not over yet, but in my eyes, the game is done. Hillers have got it in control. 8 minutes and 59 seconds to go in the fourth. Looks like Hopkinton, with its first appearance in a Division VI Super Bowl, will be the victors. Score says it all. Hopkinton 42, West Bridgewater 0, fourth quarter. He was set to kick off. Got new wrinkles all over the place. We don't know who will be doing the kicking now. And Pepe's the kicker.
Pepe gives it that oh, nobody wants it.
Picked up by O'Neill. He's got some running room. He's gonna break it in. Dragged down by Brian Pepe
Brian
at the
Pepe.
11-yard line.
Brian Pepe, saving tackle. I'll tell you, he had a game today. I know this defense doesn't want to let him score.
Nice run by Sean O'Neill.
But that was a beautiful kickoff. Kickoff return.
Brian Pepe.
And there's another one. He gets caught from behind. I didn't think Eric Wells was going to get caught from behind. I didn't think he was going to get caught from behind. Let's see if we can bring that one up and from the replay. Here we go. Here's the kickoff. And it looks like nobody wants it. You know, when it's like that, maybe the defense coming down kind of relaxes. Because
Libby tried to get a hand on him, but he couldn't.
Libby was toast.
And Pepe hog ties him and brings him down.
Brings him down.
Not a picture-perfect tackle, but did the job.
Well, we got our second-string defense in there.
So West Bridgewater with quarterback now, Provost. It's over to the right side, to the top of your screen. And he's going to be dragged out of bounds by number 13 of the Hillers, Michael Snyder.
Michael Snyder.
Tackled by Mike Snyder.
All right, we should probably be
Makes it 2nd and 3 for the
bringing up some of these new guys out here. Let's see, 66, which is Phil Grass out there. 53, Nick Miller. 63, Brian Burdzel. Hand off to the fullback. He's down about the 1 foot line. The 51, Tim Witcher.
Pino with the carry.
I'm gonna try and power it in. Now when he creeps up underneath the center again like that, wow, Jake Dodd.
Jake Dodd breaks in through the line of scrimmage and nails him in the backfield.
Okay, we're gonna bring this one back up. Jake really shot the gap on this play.
Yeah, it looks like a designed stunt.
Yeah, because he sits right in there. The guy doesn't even really put a shoulder on him. That was a first down though, right? First and goal.
Yep.
So they got 4 plays from the 1-foot line.
Put it in.
They need another big play, a tackle for a loss in the backfield.
Quarterback
QB sneak.
keeper, and he's in.
He's in. I hate that thing.
We gotta call a state representative and have those things banned.
Banned.
Ban the horn.
Well, those are for boats anyways when you're out on the big boating scene.
Touchdown by Matt Von Fraud.
And lining up for 2-point conversion. Gives to the tailback, O'Neal.
He doesn't make it.
Denied.
Miller, Grass, Jake Dodd,
Names of the future.
Brian Bridzel. Okay, we come to replay on the
Hopkinton 42, West Bridgewater 6.
and a shot of the cheerleader. Here we go. It's just a QB sneak, and he only had to go about a foot. And he was in.
Okay, so West Bridgewater's on the board. 6 points. Got a long hill to climb.
Tackled by Eric Wells.
I believe we're going to see an onside kick here. I don't believe it. I can guarantee it.
We'd like to remind you
Take it to the bank and deposit.
Presentation immediately after the game. The championship and runner-up trophies will be presented.
Picture the West Bridgewater cheerleaders savoring the moment.
Have had them few and far between today.
Well, I mean, they made a couple of big mistakes
Early.
right up front early that cost them and gave Hopkinton great field position. And in a nutshell, momentum was on Hopkinton's side.
That's right.
They scored early, they scored often. End of story.
I can't believe our second line is that far back.
Back deep to receive, Flannery, Melendez, Cafferline.
Now the ball isn't going to get that deep.
Ball's not going to go probably more than 10 yards. Guys in the front five better have their hands up and get ready to take a hit.
I see 62, Ricky Taylor out there.
That's what it is, an onside kick. Number 42 for the Wildcats, Brendan Shea, comes up with the recovery.
And the Wildcats have
Ricky Taylor had a shot at it, but he's in 8th grade and he's in a
first and 10.
Super Bowl.
A bunch of seniors bearing down on him. He did the best he could.
Yeah, we're going to see if we can bring that one back up on the screen, this the kickoff, or the onside kick. It goes right through his hands. He's got a shot at it.
There he is right there.
See, he's got a shot at it and just goes right through his hands. Toss sweep.
O'Neal on the carry.
It's like somebody ran right out of their shoe. Oh, I guess it's a elbow pad. With 5:32 left, Hopkinton leading the contest.
At this time, we'd like to make an announcement that the Friends of
42-6.
Football will be having a victory party tonight at the Framingham Sportsman Club. All are invited.
West Bridgewater in their AAA.
Fumbles.
Fumble on the play.
Still gets it off.
To number 23 around the left side. He's got a block, and he could be in for a score. He's got a couple guys to beat. He's going to be dragged way out of bounds.
By Jeremy Hurd.
So West Bridgewater threatening again. 4 minutes and 47 seconds to go in fourth quarter. Hopkinton, like we said, in command. There is no way that this game is going to be denied.
First and 10 for the Wildcats on the 10-yard line.
Okay, we're going to bring this one back up. There it is. He does a beautiful run. I thought the quarterback was going to get sacked before he got the handoff.
No, just watch when the guy's tackled. I mean, he's tackled way out of bounds.
He's hit there.
And he's
boom.
They're like allowed to take these guys out of bounds. I guess because the sidelines are clear. I guess
it's okay.
Get to the ropes. And this has been going on all day.
That's right. Well, just in the one play, you're right. A nice tackle there by Jake Dodd, number 76. Phil Grass helping him out.
Dan Bartel with the carry.
It's been a long game.
I see there's some numbers there that we don't have on our program.
Yeah, we're not just deliberately not saying who's out there playing. It's just that we don't know.
Like there's number 66 out there. He's not on our program.
Maybe he's not on our team.
Well, if you look out there, you got Jason Flannery and Mark Calfline, nose guards.
Ball loses
Fumble.
The end zone.
No, it's
touchback.
Touchback.
Ball come out to the 20-yard line.
When they go wrong, I guess they really go wrong. Hopkinton's ball, first and 10 at the 20.
Kind of interesting to see that, like you just saying about Jason and who was it, Mark?
Mark.
Starting out at nose guards. They're in the.
Okay, we're going to see if we can bring this baby back up. Yeah, go ahead.
They're basically what I was trying to say here is that they're ending their career where they started it.
That's right. Where they started 10 years ago at nose guards, the two of them.
Yep.
That was.
Some of these kids, it's been a long time playing football.
That's right.
And they got an extra week to play. It's all going to come to an end today. Right. Some of them will go on to college. Maybe see some playing action. Brian Scoveland on the handoff and fumbles.
By the Wildcats.
Looks like there was a miscommunication there on the.
Well, you got Brian Scoveland in there. You're still talking sophomore in his first game, the first Super Bowl. Hopefully there'll be a couple more in the next few years. We're going to bring this one back up. Brian just overruns this. Well, the quarterback doesn't get out because, see, the handoff wasn't even close.
Right. Yeah, it looked like he picked him on the side of his elbow.
I think that should be the quarterback's. I know it's the quarterback's responsibility to get the ball to the running back.
Yeah, we got basically Hopkinton starting defense back in here. They're going to put a stop to any more going in. Provost puts the ball up, and a good reception at the 2-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the Wildcats.
That's a beautiful catch. He stepped in front of Jeremy Hurd, used his body to defend him off. Okay, let's see if we can look at that one. If you watch on the replay, you'll see him cut right in front of him.
Just a 2-stop drop.
Cuts right in front of Jeremy. Nice catch.
Once again, we
back to live action.
Double wide outs for West Bridgewater.
All that is to just widen them out. They're powering it up the middle.
Give us to O'Neill, and Mike Berry's in the backfield and denies him, and then it's taken over by a couple of the other guys. So there's a couple of extra things going on. There should be a flag right then and there. Tossed.
That's right.
Tackled by Keith Lee.
They were still, the whistle hadn't blown yet, and they were still hitting him, and then he thinks he's getting hit a little extra, and he wants to throw some down.
To have a cheer for the Sweet 16 seniors who are playing their last game.
Minutes to go in the ball game. Ball on the 5, it's first and goal. Give us to 81 over the right side.
And he didn't make it.
Did not get in.
I thought he was going to tiptoe in on that play.
Dan Bartel on the carry for the Wildcats.
Just goes to show you what type of swarming defense that we have.
Watch presentation on the field immediately after the game.
So this will bring up fourth,
We'd like to say
third down. Third and goal. Clock continues to tick. Minute 19.
Well, when it gets down to about 50 seconds, I'll be leaving the booth.
The booth. We're in a booth today, folks. O'Neal on the carry, and he is
Denied.
denied.
Jeremy Hurd come up with the stick that denied him.
O'Neal with the carry. 1 minute to go.
So there you have it from Peter Marceau in the booth across the way. Minute to go, and Hopkinton is
West Bridgewater.
going to secure their first Super Bowl victory.
Congratulate the West Bridgewater.
We want to send our congratulations on to the Hopkinton High School. Came in with a 8-2 record, and they've earned their Super Bowl berth with the victory by Holliston, backing Hopkinton into the Super Bowl when Holliston beat Westwood. Hopkinton, as you know, won their Turkey Day game when Holliston 6-3, Ashland 6-3. So we have 49 seconds to go in the game, and then I guess now we can don our Super Bowl champ hats. We're going to have the on-field plaque presentation by the MIA. Toss is incomplete for the fourth down try. Hopkinton just needs to sit on the ball for a couple of snaps, and that should be it. Again, congratulations go to Coach Hughes, the head coach, and his assistants, Phil Shalowski, Steve Pillarella, Steve Simoes, and Paul Flannery on a great season. Also congratulate the high school band and the high school cheerleaders and all the fans and people viewing us from the Hopkinton Community Channel 13. All of our staff, Jim Turney, Scott Smith, hope that's your last name, Scott, and cameraman Andy Anderson, Court Dwyer, and Brooksy on the field cam. So we're just going to let the clock run out here. West Bridgewater is going to make us wait just a little bit as you get a picture of the Hiller sideline. Going to bring up 2nd and 4.
Hopkinton Hill is 1993 Super Bowl state champ.
We'll wait for the ref here to signal the ball ready to play. Coach Hughes just got his Gatorade shower. Seems to be some confusion on the referees as to what's going on out here, but there's 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Hopkinton winning the contest 42-6. Should be just one more snap and that would do it. And then we'll wait for the on-field presentation. We'll have Ed down there covering it. Pepe just takes a knee.
Pepe goes down.
16, 15, 14. They're going to just let the clock run out.
10 seconds.
That'll do it. There's the clock.
Congratulations to
Hopkinton winning their first Super Bowl. Pandemonium breaks out. A lot of the fans rushing onto the field, congratulating the coaches, the players. Picture of Coach Hughes in his first Super Bowl victory. Started back in 1979 at the helm. I believe that was his first year as a head coach in Hopkinton. We're going to line up for the players and the coaches to shake hands. It turned out to be kind of a lopsided game. Here's a picture of some of the Hopkinton colors, green and white, along with some orange in there. Floating away.
Test, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
As we get a picture of the team shaking it up.
Okay, we're out here at midfield.
Getting ready to
at the conclusion of the Division 6 Super Bowl B game with the Hopkinton Hillers and the West Bridgewater Wildcats. They're over there doing all their congratulations right now. Gonna go over and try and see if I can get in the crowd a little bit. Hopkinton won the game 42-6 on a really one-sided victory. I don't know if Jimmy will be able to get me, but we'll get it off of another camera here.
Picture of the ceremony.
The leather jacket with the Harley Davidson.
For the gig. Is it on? Okay. Can I have your attention, please? On behalf of the MIAA, I'd like to present to Hopkinton High School the Division 6 Super Bowl championship to Captain Flannery, Captain Glassman, Captain Lynn, and the very successful coach, Dave Hughes. Congratulations.
Coach, you only got the one question.
Yeah, what's that?
After the Super Bowl victory, what are you going to do now?
Well, we're going to go to Disneyland.
Great, great, great.
Yeah, let's go.
Good game, you guys. That'll do it from down here on the field.
Good job, man. Yes. Wheeze. Here's the hat.
Okay, we're modeling the new way.
The 93s are in and